You said, I hope inflation is truly conquered in 2024. We have soft landings and more conflicts get resolved than get started. Of these three, which do you feel most confident of being realized in the year ahead?
I think we might see a soft landing. I have a little more optimism about that, which of course means that we would have also gone a whole long way in terms of bringing inflation down, right? So what we've seen in the past year is actually a quite resilient global economy, with some pockets of strong resilience, like the US. But China also did somewhat better than we expected in the second half, and several other emerging markets, including India, did better. But that came along with inflation coming down. So it meant that central banks could take their time to assess the situation, and we didn't see very dramatic further interest rate increases. So the odds of a soft landing have definitely improved.
Let's talk about India, Gita, and you said that India has done better than what was expected and what was estimated by the IMF. What do you like about the India story today, and specifically from an FDI perspective? I mean, every global CEO that we speak to is bullish on India, but FDI is still lower than the historical averages, even in the last 3-4 years. So how do you see that playing out in the context of this supply chain diversification that is underway today?
So India continues to be among the fastest growing major economies in the world. We expect that to continue into 2024. So that's a very positive story. There are other reasons why investors are looking at India, because of the shift away from, say, locating production in China, moving more of that to other countries, including India. You're right, though, there is a disconnect between the number of projects that are being announced, foreign direct investment projects that are being announced going into India. You've seen a real sharp increase in that, as opposed to when you actually see the money that's coming in. The money that's coming in, you're not seeing that yet. Now, this, of course, can take time. The only thing India can continue to do is keep on the reform path. Building infrastructure is critical, and of course they've done really well on that front, both in terms of roads and ports and transportation and so on, but also in terms of the digital infrastructure. Both of those are winning strategies, and they should continue on that front. But many more reforms are required, including on labor markets, on land, even in the ease of doing business, addressing corruption. I mean, all of this, usually, if you want to see a sea change in a country's, how attractive a country is for investment, is you see reforms on multiple fronts. And as long as, India continues on that path, I think, yes, that's very promising.